Everybody, welcome back to WWTF MikeC.
Not Fred White.
Bringing you horror stories from Fred.
Yeah, man. I'm going to try to wrap this up because there's so much. I didn't want to break this episode up, but there's so much in this that I'm going to try to squeeze it in there as much as I can. All right. And first of all, this is going out to my main man, Edward Lilly. He's always commenting on the Facebook side, man. Shows us love as far as like doing the palm tree stuff. You know what I'm saying? And went to Virginia Beach. This is where the horror story happened. And I did not know Virginia Beach had palm trees.
Okay.
I was shocked at that, but Virginia Beach has palm trees, man.
Okay.
So I don't have to go all the way to Florida to do a palm tree video. I can go to Virginia Beach. But let's get started, okay? So in Virginia Beach, so I'm in a restaurant, Captain George's, which is my favorite restaurant. I didn't know that they had one down in Virginia Beach. So I'm getting up there, eating my crab legs and my, my eat on, you know what I'm saying? All you can eat crab legs. Captain George's, best seafood place to eat. Go to pay the bill. They swipe my card and they say, okay, well, look, the card ain't working. I was like, okay, like maybe the guy tried to put a tip in here or something like that. He must have did something to my card. So I go up to the cashier and I'm like, okay, swipe my card again. Okay. Then she hands me a slip and she says that, well, your card is on hold. What's my card doing on hold? I know I got funds in the account. She said, well, that's typically when you don't activate your card. I'm like, I just used my card at the gas station before I came down here to get something to eat. What is going on? With TD Bank, mind you. So, and the reason why I like TD Bank is because they give you your cards right then and there, right? So I get on the phone with TD Bank and I'm saying, why is my card not going through? They're telling me that they issued another card because it's mandated that everybody has to have the chips in their cards now. They issued it to my old address, which I don't live there anymore, and they canceled my card. Luckily, I had a couple of dollars on me so I can, pay the bill. But I was like, what's going on with my card? So I'm talking to this guy, and I'm telling you, man, you can tell that he votes for Trump. This guy is telling me, well, if you don't like it, talk to your congressman. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about, man? I was getting amped up because he was just being real disrespectful. Then I was like, well, look, can you cut my card on? He was like, there's nothing that we could do about it. It was an old guy. It was an old, graspy guy, man. And then he said, well, I'm going to issue your card. I was like, okay, well, here's my address. He was like, okay, well, how do you spell that? Because I don't know how to spell it. I was like, you don't know how to spell blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? Let me speak to your supervisor. So the supervisor gets on the phone, and he says, well, the only thing I can tell you is go to the hotel and borrow money from the clerk. Get because they hold incidentals on your card inside hotels for, if you destroy the room. I said, I can't do that because I didn't get I wasn't the one that booked the room. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, they're telling me, okay, well, can you borrow it from somebody inside the restaurant? I'm like, what? You're telling me the panhandle inside the restaurant? I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, can you give me a couple bucks? I'll pay for my bill.
And long story short, when I came back to Maryland, they did credit me some money. They put some money back in my account, so that was good that TD Bank did that. Okay, fast forward them down Virginia Beach, and my hair is getting in the way the whole time, right? So I wanted to just get a rubber band because I didn't want to pay $7 for like a little bungee joint that I was going to lose anyway. Every place has a rubber band. Every store has a rubber band down there. Some places gotta have a rubber band down there. So I'm eating at this it's called 21st Street or 23rd Street restaurant, and they said that they had the best food in the whole Virginia Beach when they didn't have crab cakes and all this other stuff. But that's besides the point. So I was like, well, do you have a rubber band? And it's not but foreigners that work down here, apparently. He was, oh, what's a rubber band? And I was like, rubber band, man. I was like, I pulled out my wallet and I was like, the thing that you write around. Oh, no. I was like, something to put around the head. And then he goes give me a glove. He was like, oh, you're talking about? I'm like, not a glove, man. I'm talking about, he gave me a plastic glove. I'm like, the rubber band inside the plastic glove. So then he was like, no, what are you talking about? He was like, can you spell it? And he gave me his phone, and I typed in there. He was like, "Oh, no." I'm like, I know you got a rubber band in there, right? All right. That was the second incident.
Oh boy.
That was the second incident. I didn't turn up right there, right? But the first one, the restaurant, that one I didn't really turn up, but it was a real.
I love these stories. Go ahead.
Terrible experience. So, went down there with Shantae and her cousin Renee, right? So, we're inside of this gift shop, and they're shopping, right? So I'm just looking, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm looking at like little trinkets and stuff like that, and this lady happened to catch my eye. Now I'm looking at her. She's staring Shantae and her cousin down. I'm like, why is she looking at her like that? Do she want the autograph or something like that? And what she's doing is she's pretending like she's folding clothes, right?
Oh.
So when Shantae turns around, she started to walk back to it. Then she puts her head down and then walks away, right? Then I'm like, you know, whole time this lady is peeping us out. You know, like we coming in there to steal. So they had stuff in their hands. So I was like, you know what? Put the ish down, man. We walking up out of here. So we get out of there because I was like, she's hawking us down. You know what I'm saying? This, I don't like going places to be looked at like that. Like I'm automatically going to take something, right?
Stereotype, yep.
So we go out of the joint. We get to the end of the block. I'm like, hold up. You know me. I can't let that ride. So I go back in there. There was, I guess her manager was ringing somebody up. And I said, you know what, lady? The reason why we didn't get that stuff in there, or the reason why they didn't get it in there, is because that girl right there, she was just staring at us too much. It was just uncomfortable, like we was coming in here stealing. I was like, not all of us steal. You know what I'm saying? And then I walked out the joint. So that was, I mean, if it was me, if I was up there purchasing something, I would have probably turned up. But it was somebody else, but I just didn't feel like that. Last one, okay, this is Pacific Avenue, or so, I forget where it is, but I think it's Pacific Avenue. There was this 7-Eleven that we had went to get something to eat, right? So we walk inside the 7-Eleven, and I usually get the little hot wing things, and I'm like, okay, I seen the wings, but they was all dried up. As we all know, every time we go into 7-Eleven, their wings always dried up, right? They're never fresh. So I told the dude, another foreigner, and I said, can you fix me some wings? Because the wings that you have in there are old. I said, I'm going to go get a Slurpee and just, you know what I'm saying, have my wings. You know what I'm saying, by the time I get back. So, get my Slurpee, go up to the counter. You got my wings? Oh, no. I'm like, dude, I just asked you like 5 minutes ago to put the wings in there. He didn't do it. So, all of a sudden, he decided to put the wings in there. About 2 or 3 minutes into it, I'm smelling burnt chicken. I'm seeing smoke come out of the little microwave that they put out, right? So it's 10 pieces of chicken that he fixed. He takes the chicken out, and when he takes the chicken out, a little dark cloud of smoke comes out the microwave, right? And he puts the chicken
in the bag fast.
He starts to put the chicken in a box. He put 5 to a box. Now he put all the burnt, real burnt chicken in one box. Then he put like the semi-burnt chicken in the other box. And what he did was, when he was doing that the whole time, I was like, dude, I know you're not about to give me that burnt chicken. But he kept doing it anyway because he was being real smart. He looked at the chicken and he was like, and then he put the chicken that wasn't so burnt on top of the burnt box chicken. So when he handed me the chicken, he was like, I'm like, dude, didn't I just tell you don't give me no burnt chicken? So I take the chicken out, right? I take the first box off and I look at it. About out of five wings, there may have been like 2 of them that was edible. I look at the other box, all of them burnt. So I took the chicken. I said, dude, eat this. Eat it. And he like, I'm like, well, if you won't eat it, why would you serve it to me? Why would you serve me burnt chicken after I asked you not to give me that burnt chicken? Right. So the dude puts 5 more pieces in there. I don't know where he got the other chicken from, but like even when I went back to the hotel, I did crunch on some burnt chicken. So he did. When I go back down to Virginia Beach, I'm coming for you, son. I know you don't watch these videos, but I'm coming for you, son. So he makes the chicken, and I mean, he doesn't cook the chicken all the way like that. He doesn't let the timer go off, right? So he cooks the chicken maybe like 10 more seconds on there, but they weren't burnt. And they usually cook out of the way I like them. But he was trying to give me all these burnt pieces of chicken when he didn't want to eat it himself. Then he had an attitude about it. I'm like, why you have an attitude about this chicken when I asked you politely the first time, don't serve me no burnt chicken, and you was going to do it anyway? Mm-hmm. And I turned up, man.
Well, you seem kind of respectful because I would have turned the chicken over and left it on the counter for him.
I was so, well, in Virginia Beach, my people, mm-hmm. I guess if you jaywalk down there or something, I guess you'll get like a $50 fine. Or, you know, Virginia is hard on them, brother, man. They'll give you 20 years for spitting on the ground or something like that because they Commonwealth and they make their own law. So if I was in D.C., I would have threw every last piece of chicken at this guy. But I'm in Virginia Beach. I'm 1,000 miles away from home. My debit card is on the freeze. So
no cash.
If I got locked up, Broadwater all the way and Cheverly, and he had to come all the way down here to bail me out. It was just not worth it. You know, I just turned up just enough. But I guess I'm going to pay a special trip down to Virginia Beach. Just go down there, park at the 7-Eleven, turn up on the dude, and then go home. That's what I'm going to have to do.
All right, Fred. Anything else you want to add to this wonderful story of yours?
Nah, that was it.
That was it? Well, like always, we thank you for giving us your good stories. And like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. And that's the Gamer Show with an A. You want to leave in comments, want to say what's up, or you want to tell us about your own little horror story.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join our SteamOS community and our website community where you can get some free stuff. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
You want the facts?
The Gamer Show.
See you guys next time. Keep on watching.